There's, like you say, it's a good wicket. There's been enough bounce and carry there that I think has kept everyone in the game. I would say probably the last session there where the boys are tired, and credit to Gloucestershire, they've kept us in the dirt for a long time after they were in the dirt for a good few overs. So it's going to be still a lot of cricket left in the game, and we've obviously got to try and get these 2 wickets and then bat very well tomorrow to get a draw in the game.
Yeah, that's a challenge now, isn't it? I guess going into that final day, and if you can do that and make sure that nothing kind of untoward happens on the final day. I know it would be another draw, but bearing in mind what we've seen from the 3 days, it wouldn't be the worst outcome, that potentially.
No, I think that's sort of what everyone's used to for the last 100 years here. So I don't have a magic wand, but we are trying. At least I think there's been better cricket. But again, like I said, there's a lot of cricket left. That was the message going into the last session. We really have to try and fight. It is tough. It is a tough game. But just try and make it as hard as we can for them to get the runs, and we have to bowl them out. And as soon as the smaller the lead is, then the more the game is in our hands again. So we still got a bit of work to do tomorrow with the ball, and then we've got to really get stuck in with the bat.
Are you pleased with how you batted in that first inning?
Yeah, I think to a point. I think the points create a little game within a game. So we're trying to get a point, and bowlers just really struggled to get the ball away, and we didn't end up getting the point, and then we ended up losing Wellesley, almost trying to get the point. So we felt like in the position we were in, we're never happy as coaches. We all wanted a bit more, and I think it probably shows now that if we had got probably 100 odd more, would have kept them in the field a bit longer, and maybe made the game a bit more even, where they credit to them, they've got themselves in a position where we'll have to fight again.
Just on Marcus Harris, I mean, it was a problem position for you last season, wasn't it, at 4? Goodness me, you couldn't dream for it. I mean, I know you know him and you've worked with him in the past, but you couldn't have dreamt for a better start for him, could you, in that position? Yeah,
thank God for Harry. He has been fantastic. I think really good time, I suppose. Every lot of things is about timing, and just where he is in his career, the quality of player he is. He's not in any of the franchise tournaments around the world, so a lot of things were right, but then he's also got to come here and actually perform, and he's been fantastic, not just on the field though, but off the field around the troops. And long may that continue, and hopefully rub off also on some of our younger players.
Yeah, and the way that Matty Hurst batted with him, I thought was really good. I mean, the way he patiently got going into the innings, didn't rush it. He seemed to relish the role with Marcus there.
Yeah, and I think that's where you see, that's where you see the benefit of having good overseas players. It's on the field where you learn the most, and I think that partnership really settled us. We were in a bit of, there were Oberhan and Bosch also played really well, but I feel he left a lot of runs out there. It was a good opportunity for him to get a big score, but then that's where Hursty is. He's a real talent, and I think those times that you spend out there with international players is where you learn the most, and obviously I think Hursty will take a lot out of that.
I know you've got work to do just finally here tomorrow to make sure nothing you get away with come away with a draw. But how, given Leicestershire have won today, that's the 3rd win that they've had in 5 games. You've got to try and find ways of winning matches at some point soon.
Yeah, we are. I think, as I said last time, I think we are trying to take steps forward though. You don't go from struggling as a team to suddenly being a winning team. So I think we are taking those strides, already getting 450 here. We haven't got 450 here since I've been here, so there's some good steps forward. And we just keep building on that. I think, as you say, very important for me is how we play tomorrow. The attitude, I think, has been much better in the field. It's something we've addressed, even though they've batted well. We have felt we've been a lot better, and then it is about us showing that fight again. And then you go into the next game taking that momentum forward. And obviously we're away. Northants, the last game there was only lasted 2 days, so I'm sure there will be a chance of a result in that match. But it helps when you're confident and you know you're taking good momentum forward. So tomorrow is a very important day.
Is that the key? Because last season, Lancashire won as many games as they did the previous season and finished 5th, but it was the defeats last season. So is it about being tougher to beat as well as trying to win games? That should be more difficult to beat.
Definitely, it's your win-loss ratio that is the key to staying up or winning championships. So. But you've also got to be in a position to win games. So if we, as I said, if we get in, you know, we would have hoped with 450 on the board, you get a couple of wickets, a couple of decisions go your way, and then you get a 100-run lead, and then you know you can put them under pressure and try and win the game. Was obviously the plan. But there's some good sides and there's some good players, and the key is just to stay in there. And I think it's also confidence. You know, when you don't lose any games, you still go in the next game with confidence. So. We are feeling confident, we are playing some good cricket, and it's just about us, as I said, trying to get on the right side, and we're getting closer, and hopefully, like I said, tomorrow the focus will be on us just really finishing off this game, getting as many points as we can, and just keep moving forward.